You're watching the Dallas Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, answering all of your questions via Super Chat or using hashtag Cowboys in the comments section. Super Chat to start, which means I'm drinking. Ecuador man, Linderbaum or Dean, that is Tyler Linderbaum, the center from Iowa, or Nakobe Dean, the linebacker from Georgia. I'm going Linderbaum. I would be happy with either guy. I think it is more likely Dean falls to you, but I'd take Linderbaum over Dean. Duncan 39. I felt like this is a big drink. Yeah, you're right. I feel like we were reliant on Dak to make moves with his legs to be the star. He can be, but why should we force it? Take some O-line, protect Dak. Like Zach Martin and Connor Williams. Penalties and. Overall, your offensive line as a unit did not play up to the individual talents, even including penalty boy Connor Williams. Zach Martin got beat way more this year than he ever does. And that's kind of the concern as it relates to that position. So Zach Martin, I feel great about. You'll be okay at right tackle, Collins or Steele. If Tyron's healthy, you feel good. But I agree. I do think offensive line does need some help and maybe some better coaching as well of late. All right, from Brian Parsons. Tom, you said you would never waste a pick on a kicker. But would you really not give up a 5th-round pick for a guy like Evan McPherson? I would all day long. If you promise me Evan McPherson, I'm probably going to spend a 3rd-round pick on him because he's really good. Here's the problem. You cannot promise me that it's Evan McPherson. The Bengals have drafted 2 kickers. And yeah, you can say it about every position, and you're right, Jeremy. But the hit rate is something like 25% on kickers, which isn't that different than other positions. But you're drafting a kicker feeling really good about them being the guy. And the hit rate on UDFAs is not any different. Very different for other positions. So yes, if you promise me Evan McPherson, I'll give you a 3rd at minimum for him. But I can find the same level of guy as a UDFA. Where would you draft Justin Tucker? If you guaranteed Justin Tucker, she might be worth a 1st-round pick. He was a UDFA. And there are a lot of good kickers in the NFL who were not drafted. So I don't feel the need to invest a 5th-round pick. 7th round, sure. Why not? Premium pick? Not so much. From Bob Baker, who says no? Russell Wilson for Dak. Yeah, there we go. All right, every freaking time. A lot of things here. First up, I say no. Also, the salary cap says no, we don't want to do this. You guys know I'm like, you can make the cap be manipulated. Can't with this case. You trade Dak Prescott away, you're eating $50 million this year, thereabouts. And you got to pay Russ. You're going to be paying 2 franchise QBs? What are you doing? And in all seriousness, since Dak has entered the league, what is Russell Wilson? What has Deshaun Watson done that is so much better than Dak Prescott? What? The answer is nothing. Really, now you might make some argument about supporting cast. I mean, Seattle wasn't that great this year. I saw Dak outplay Russell Wilson in the postseason. What I'm saying is that all these QBs are great. This is not anti-Russell Wilson stuff. But stop treating Dak Prescott like he's Daniel Jones. He's not. He's better. He's way better. He's your guy. Like, we're not even having the Kyler Murray shit the bed in the postseason conversation with Dak Prescott right now. Like, he's your franchise guy. Stop trying to get a lateral or slightly upgraded move while eating all of that dead money. That doesn't make any sense. So is Dak the guy? I feel great saying yes, but it is a show for the people. I will leave it up to you guys. Head to the pinned comment and let me know. Is Dak the guy? Why for yes and for no? Clayton Lockhart, what do you about David Ojabo? Oh, I forgot to drink for the Brian Super Chat. Teaming up with Micah Parsons. I would love it myself. Yeah, I'd be down. I think Ojabo is going to be a top 15-ish pick. So if he's there at 24, heck yeah, let's ride. I feel great about that idea. I don't think he gets there, though. Nate Rosari, how do you feel about Tom Brady the GOAT? He's the GOAT, and bad man gone. There's no more Tom Brady owning the Super Bowl anymore. So now maybe that's Mahomes now, but bad man gone. From Jesse, can we trust giving Randy Gregory an extension and that'll stay out of trouble or suspension like in the past? Unlike, say, David Irving, the issues for Randy Gregory were far different. Gregory's issue was just marijuana, not effort, not anything else. So because of that, careful, Jeremy, I like Randy Gregory. I would be more concerned about the injury stuff in recent years. That would be my number one concern. Suspension stuff, I'm not too worried about it for Randy Gregory. If you guys are a real Cowboys fan, whether we agree or disagree on whatever topics, we can all have the fun, sometimes mean conversations, sometimes not, right here on the Cowboys Report. This is the most subscribed Cowboys YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe, youtube.com/CowboysTV. From Allen, if Kellen Moore leaves, who will replace him? I think they would go internal. So, it could be Doug Nussmeier, maybe Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy takes over. I would think internal. One of your top candidates, Panthers' new OC, Ben McAdoo, is already out, which I didn't want him anyway. So I would think Nussmeier and McCarthy make the most sense. Manster54, is the O-line or play calling, or is it both that got to help the run game? It's both, as far as I'm concerned. I think that the O-line did not do a good enough job opening up holes. Your interior wasn't great, but you also didn't maximize those guys. Your center and left guard can move a little bit, especially your left guard. He's a good athlete. And you just ran power and halfback dive and, ISO and duo a ton, and you didn't run outside zone that often. I think it's a bit of both that were at fault. From Crypto King, where did Randy Gregory and Ndamukong Suh play in college? Nebraska. Easy peasy right there. Super chat again from Quay South Dallas. Foles can win the Super Bowl. We can win with Dak. For a second, I thought you were advocating for Nick Foles, and I was going to be so mad. Nick Foles, as I drink for it. Thank you. Nick Foles is your exception to most of those QBs. You feel a lot better with Dak Prescott. The point of having a good quarterback like Dak Prescott is that it narrows your margin for error. Does not eliminate it, but it does help it when he plays well, which he did not play well in the Niners' most recent game. And I think part of the reason why Jerry was so pissed, this could have been you with the Rams. You could have beaten the Niners. You could have beaten the Packers, the Bucks. They were all beatable this year. And you laid an egg. And Dallas, of course, as you're right, Jeremy, they were certainly beatable as well. Now, if you want to beat Vegas, head over to BetUS, chatsports.com/bet, and use promo code Cowboys125 to get yourself a 125% deposit bonus. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is Cowboys125. You can bet on the NFL and the NFL draft. The number one overall pick odds: Hutchinson plus 140, Kayvon Thibodeau plus 160, Evan Neal plus 200, Ike Mekwonu, Jeremy's guy, plus 400. He was, by the way, Jeremy, like plus 4,000 a couple weeks ago. And then my boy Dane Brugger put him at number one in his mock draft, and he jumped all the way up because he's smart. Kenny Pickett, not going to happen, plus 2,500. So let me know. Go do it. BetUS, chatsports.com/bet, promo code Cowboys125. Zach, DC Farrell. Check out Brian Asamoah, I think that's how you pronounce it, from Oklahoma. That's the linebacker. I think back end of round 2 is maybe a bit of a stretch for him right now. I would be more intrigued by Chad Muama out of Wyoming. That intrigues me a little bit more. I think early day 3, late day 2, that round 3 comp pick, round 4 range could make a lot of sense in the end for him. World War Parsons, should we get Justin Reid? Another name I could have put on the safety list, but there were so many safeties I had to cut some guys, so I cut Reid because I could do the whole show with 10 safeties. That'll be its own show, I promise you guys. I'd be down. Not his best year in Houston, but I know producer Jeremy's a big fan of Justin Reid. I am too. That would be my preferred path in the end. Brandon Edwards says, cut the kicker and go sign Younghoe Koo. I think I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, I'm terribly sorry. I need to double-check his contract. I don't know if he's a free agent this upcoming year. He might be. Checking. Oh, he is a free agent. Depends on the cost. My core philosophy is that you should not just blindly assume your kicker or punter are the guy. Now, Koo has been really good for Atlanta, so I'd feel better about that. I also don't want to break the bank for a kicker. Like, what if it's the difference between, like, re-signing Malik Turner or Cedric Wilson? Even to keep those guys. So, I'm open to it. I don't think the Cowboys will, though. But if you're going to keep the kicker, my compromise, bring in competition. Sign a UDFA or two and let them fight for the job. From Aaron, to the Dallas trade for Myles Jack. Interesting name here. Jacksonville is in shambles as an organization. That's where they're at. Myles Jack did not play that well. I thought he was out of place and not used well by Jacksonville. Is a bit expensive. You can make the contract work, though, fairly easily. I would have interest. I don't know what the cost would be, but if I could get Myles Jack for a third, which is probably me being greedy, I do it in a heartbeat. Second, makes me think. First, not so much. So don't go crazy here, but who is your realistic dream trade target? Let me know in the comments section. What's up, Jeremy? Yeah. Super chat time. Let's go. Get it poppin'. I spilled a bit. Dak is our guy. Stop. We're going to pick a strong safety this year. Hey, Brett can't get mad at me because the super chat was about a safety. If you want a strong safety, Jaquan Brisker out of Penn State is a good name to keep in mind. Now, if you re-sign Jaron Kearse, Illinois got a good kid. Jalen Petrie out of Baylor, I've heard so far early, having a great Senior Bowl. Could be a great season for you. Daxton Hill. I'm going to get my hopes up on drafting a safety this year. Thank you very much, my friend, for the super chat. From Vince, will the Cowboys still be the favorite in the East? As long as Philadelphia, Washington, New York doesn't add a franchise QB, a proven one, most likely. Although the NFC East curse is very real, so might be time to fade them because it's a cursed division for some unknown reason. TKG, who would you draft first, and who do you think the Cowboys will actually draft? God, it's February. I would take Tyler Linderbaum if he were there. I don't think he will. My early guess, I'm going to go with Kenyon Green out of A&M. My fallback being Zion Johnson out of Boston College. From Geraldine Williamson, would you trade Amari for a second-round pick? That is like the minimum I would expect, and factoring in the age and the injury history, probably about right for the value. I would want a first, but I'm greedy. I would not do it. I would restructure Amari Cooper and get him the damn football. Like, that's what I would do. Now, the Cowboys are mad about the vaccination stuff and the injuries, and I get all that. Your team does not get better trading away Amari Cooper for a second-round pick. I don't think that is the case. So I would keep him, but I do want to hear from you guys. What draft pick do you think Amari Cooper is worth? From Jonathan, chemistry is vital. We should re-sign our own guys. That is the Cowboys' philosophy, and I do think it makes sense for several of your top free agents. That will be a future video here on the channel. Tyrone Sankey, would you give the YouTuber Donald De La Hoya, Destroying, I think is his name, a chance at kicker? Look, if you want to bring him in for a workout, sure. And I know that this platform is YouTube. I know that. Not that good. Sorry. He's not. He would have a chance already. He also probably makes more doing YouTube than he would kicking the NFL. So he's not your answer. I'm sorry. Armando Quintana, are we just cursed? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I hope not. It's been a long time. At minimum, you've been really unlucky along the way. Maybe that's your curse, but I don't know. Maybe Jimmy put on a voodoo curse on you when he left the Cowboys. It's been disappointing. Make no mistake about it. If I did not get to your question, my DMs are open. Hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowny for any and all Cowboys questions here on the Cowboys Report.